Let's move on to the other ridiculous point spread here. The Jets, Patriots, open at 20, now at 22.5 or 23. This total opened up at 46 and now 44 or 43.5. I know a lot of good cappers that like the Dolphins at that huge number, and who can blame them, really? I mean, these are ridiculous numbers that we haven't seen in a while. New England's defense is so good. I know they've gone up against two garbage teams, but they've looked very, very strong, giving up 3 points. Can the Jets put up any points at all? That's the question. I don't think Falk looked that bad, but are they going to be able to put up anything? Is this a 34-3 final score? Even if it is, I'm not going to be on the Patriots minus 23.5. But it would not surprise me in the slightest if they cover this. Donnie, should we jump on the under? I know that Flash has already jumped on the under, and Flash got that under, I believe, at 46, and now it's down to 43.5. Donnie, right side, Jets, Patriots.
This has the same feel of what the New England Patriots just did the Miami Dolphins the week before. This has 31-0, 34-0, 41-0 written all over it. I mean, we're talking about the New England Patriots here. And yeah, they're playing, you could say they're playing bad football teams, but they got a healthy full blast of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, Jimmy, and embarrassed them 3 points. They got a blast of the Miami Dolphins, how terrible the Dolphins are. It's still really hard to shut a football team out in the NFL, which they did last week. So now you're going to tell me with what I watched from the Jets. Did anybody watching that game, forget about what you bet before the game. As the game went through, and first of all, Trevor Siemian was horrific anyway. So we're all laughing and say, hey, you got to keep Trevor Siemian in there because nothing could be worse than Trevor Siemian. Then they bring Falk in the game, and they still can't move the football. So did anybody last night when the Cleveland was up, 12-0 or had a double-digit lead, was there any thought process that the Jets would be able to backdoor this game or get back in the football game? Absolutely zero for me. I think the Jets will give a pretty good effort on defense. We'll see if they can get C.J. Mosley back, and we'll see if May is still going to be benched this week, and he's taking everybody off Instagram. They're already on notice in New York, but there's no reason to believe from me that the Patriots on offense just won't be methodical in this football game. Not anticipating right now maybe Antonio Brown getting suspended, so let's just say he's even playing in this game. Forget about scoring points. I don't know where the Jets even cross midfield or, put competent drives together. This has every reason to believe where the Patriots get into the mid-30s and the Jets are just hoping they can maybe punch one in this football game. As much as you talked about the early game with the Dallas Cowboys laying that 21.5. I think the Miami Dolphins have put a more competent effort. I think the Jets are completely checked out on offense, and I'd be shocked if they can get into double digits themselves, 10 points. I think this is a runaway game. I don't see it even being close. If I'm laying the wood in this game, it's New England Patriots or nothing for me here.
Shane Brown makes a good point, and I thought I had this in my notes, but there's no doubt this is the best defense the Patriots have faced. I like what this defense kept trying. This defense didn't stop trying against the Browns. I liked what this defense did. Do you think that this Jets defense can do anything to slow down the Patriots? Because, I thought even without Mosley, I thought they were playing hard. I thought that their secondary looked good. What do you think about the Jets slowing down the Patriots enough to get to this under?
Yeah, it's almost like I like the Jets have a decent defense, especially if Mosley comes back. That certainly is going to make a difference. But I'm when you take a look at what the Jets are going to do on offense, they got mauled up front, and the Patriots are going to exploit that offensive line again this week because sometimes it's not really about the Jets defense. And what I mean by that, Jimmy, is when let's just say you kick off and you get the touchback at the 25. If you're constantly getting 3 and outs and not getting first downs, you're putting Tom Brady and the Patriots at the 40-yard line of their own to midfield consistently throughout the ball game. So whether or not the Jets are bend but don't break, it's a lot easier to go 40 yards for a scoring drive than it is to go 80 yards for a scoring drive. And again, it's a lot of points in the NFL. You're going to have to beat this team by 4 touchdowns. But I'm not going to be surprised if I bet the New York Jets and we can't move the football in the third quarter and the game's already 24-0 or 27-0, where I'm hoping that we score a touchdown on the opposite end. I can't go anywhere near the Jets. They were completely incompetent on offense. Now they're playing the best team in football.
Oh, this is a tricky one. Barry Block says, Jimmy, how can we send you hats and T-shirts? Got some gear I want to send to you. I wish I could give you an address with the postal code, Barry, but that doesn't work down here. My address is 100 meters up from a hotel across the street from a couple of spider monkeys, and there's no postal code, so nothing, sadly, can be sent to me. But thank you for thinking about it, Barry Block, and, I'd rock anything that you sent. But yeah, sadly, there's nothing here.